as we all know, there is asteroids coming by and we need the 911 police to come save us. I hope you guys got the reference. If you know, you know. Elite ball knowledge right now. Anyways, today we are watching Can Humanity Stop a Plane-Killing Asteroid? Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Imagine, a stadium-sized asteroid is going to hit Earth in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Even at this moderate size, a fireball brighter than the sun tears through the atmosphere at 60 times the speed of sound, and the disruptive power of 4,000 Hiroshima bombs flattens cities, killing millions.
4,000 Hiroshima bombs? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we may be cooked.
This isn't science fiction. Many killer asteroids were only spotted at the last moment. An asteroid OK, as big as a 30-story building, was discovered just 1 day before it grazed Earth closer than some of our satellites. Last year, the even larger asteroid MK was spotted 13 days before it was closer than the Moon. If they'd have hit Earth, they would have unleashed the destructive power of 3,000 and 9,000 Hiroshima bombs. Stubbornly enough, humanity doesn't really have a plan for this. Scientists have devised all kinds of tricks to push dangerous asteroids away, painting it so sunlight will deflect it, landing thrusters to steer it, scorching it.
Hold on, what? Painting it? How is painting it gonna do anything?
With lasers, or even crashing spacecraft into it.
Did we do this once?
But they all have a big problem. They're the equivalent of trying to deflect a cargo ship by throwing a bag of potatoes at it.
Really?
They do move the asteroid, but only by a tiny bit. With these methods, you need to act years or even decades in advance to make an asteroid miss the Earth. But very recently, scientists have developed a new, spectacular way to destroy killer asteroids that we could implement with today's technology. Is that a blade? Let's see how this works with our 100-meter asteroid heading for Earth.
100-meter asteroid?
The secret weakness of asteroids.
What is it?
For a long time, people imagined asteroids as being gigantic stones made of rock and metal. But it turns out, most of them aren't like that.
Really?
They're more like bags of loosely packed gravel, heaps of pebbles, precious minerals and dust barely held together. Which means that instead of just nudging them, we can do something better. Pulverize them. And the obvious choice is, of course, a nuke. So, let's go. We load up a nuclear warhead, launch, aim at our deadly asteroid and... Oh, the asteroid destroyed the nuke. Asteroids can approach Earth at 70,000 kilometers an hour, enough to cross the Atlantic in 5 minutes. No bomb we've ever made could survive such an impact. So if we go for a head-on collision, the asteroid will wreck the nuke before it even has a chance to explode. Okay,
so can we detonate it before it gets there?
Before it touches the asteroid. Scientists have estimated the optimal distance, which for our 100-meter killer friend would be a few tens of meters above the surface.
I would do it a little bit more farther.
And the explosion has made a dramatic crater and nothing else. Unfortunately, in space there's no air to carry a shockwave, so most of the explosion's energy is lost. The rock will still hit us in 2 weeks,
we're so good.
Kilometers to the left. Striking such a behemoth with a nuke is like hitting our cargo ship with a washing machine instead of potatoes. Better, but still.
I'm not gonna lie. If it ever came down to this situation, I might, you know what I'm saying, just gather your things. At this point, just gather your things. Just go spend time with your family. If the rapture's coming, please. This time, make it real.
Okay, let's go the movie route. Land someone on the asteroid, drill a hole, and bury a nuke inside to avoid all of these problems.
Yeah, but then we just have a...
Indeed, this is possible in theory, albeit suicide.
But then we just say that since there's no air up there, it's just gonna make that where it took place. So even if we put it inside of the bomb, what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
Landing on any space body is a nightmare. Even on fairly big Mars, whose surface we know almost perfectly, roughly 70% of our attempts have failed. So imagine the chances of landing a crew and a nuclear bomb on a small and extremely fast asteroid discovered just 2 weeks in advance. Even if we succeeded, drilling in microgravity is painfully slow since there's no downward pull to help you. So we'd need an agonizing amount of time that we don't have.
Oh my God.
So sadly, that's not the answer.
So how do we defeat
We have to think
this
less like Hollywood. You don't hit it with a rock. You use an axe, a dense and perfectly shaped tool designed to break things apart. And just in the same way, scientists have found a new tool to destroy asteroids. Super dense, ultra-fast cosmic bullets. We won't even have to shoot them.
Oh, we got
Our
space
cosmic bullets
guns.
are called penetrators.
Penetrator.
A few meters
Hey,
long,
yeah.
slim and made of tungsten, a metal way denser and harder than
Tungsten.
rock. They work in an extremely simple way.
That is
You just
right.
put the penetrators in the way of the asteroid
It's
to
stronger.
float silently in space. From the perspective of the asteroid, you wouldn't see a few tiny bullets sitting still. You'd see them rushing at you at 70,000 kilometers an hour. It doesn't matter who stands still and who's fast.
Unmovable object.
This speed means that by far the longest part of this mission is to get to the asteroid in time. We can't destroy it too close to Earth because its fragments will slam into the atmosphere all at once with the power of thousands of nuclear bombs.
We only made it worse.
Our atmosphere can absorb isolated chunks, but if thousands of them strike together, their shock waves will add up and kill millions. So instead,
we don't want
we
that.
need to get it one day before impact when the asteroid will be nearly 2 million kilometers away, more than 4 times further
Oh,
than
so
the
we
Moon.
do spread.
A vast distance, but doable. Our current rockets can cover this in about a week. We'll just send one penetrator about 2 meters long and weighing 2.5 tons. Once our rocket arrives, it puts the penetrator in place to cause maximum damage.
But
and
how
then
can we
wait.
calculate it to be
A tiny
right
speck
there?
of light appears in the vast distance, and then suddenly it's here, shooting at us
shit.
faster than the speed of sound. We'll slow down time to see exactly what happens. The asteroid crashes into the penetrator so fast and with so much violence that the power of 120 metric tons of TNT is released into the asteroid. The rock
TNT? Like for
vaporizes
Minecraft?
and the tungsten melts away, carving a wound that tunnels through the asteroid.
Oh my
The
god.
damage is too much, and with all of this energy looking for a place to go, the asteroid is blasted into thousands of pieces. The
We
debris
did
spreads
it!
out into a diffuse cloud. A day later, the fragments hit Earth, dispersed over hundreds of thousands of square kilometers, and turning an apocalypse into a mostly harmless show of cosmic fireworks.
We did
So
it!
if we prepare and get everything ready, spotting a killer
Diapers.
asteroid with 2 weeks' notice would be enough. But this was just a small asteroid. What if we face a cosmic mountain, a planet killer carrying the destructive power
Oh
of
shit,
tons of
hold on. I
thousands
was
of
not. Oh shit, hold on. We gotta think about this. We gotta put the uranium with the potassium to make adamantium. If we use an adamantium weapon on this, that means we can make the bullets, potassium, add in a little bit of potassium in there, a little bit of chloroxide, a little Zionist while we're at it, throw in Bionist, throw in capitalist, and then we're gonna make the bullets pierce using the n plus b plus square, and then we're gonna put that on square math, and then make sure it lines up correctly to make a triangular prism, and then from there we have found the solution to stopping the asteroid. Quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to
500.
subscribers, and I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right, guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video.
Snolls. The non-avian dinosaurs would tell you about it, but they're dead. What if it
They
is the planet
survive it.
killer?
How are we supposed to
Planet
survive
killers
it?
are objects so vast and powerful that they would end most life on Earth in a single strike. The most dangerous ones are comets from the outer fringes of the solar system, so distant and dark that tracking them is impossible. Comets
bet.
are dirty ice balls the size of mountains, more
Damn.
fragile than pure rock, but also much faster and violent, traveling at around 140,000 kilometers per hour. In 2020, the comet Neowise, with the power of 6,000 times all the nuclear bombs on Earth, was discovered just 4 months before its closest approach to Earth. What if we
Really?
find such a beast 6 months before it's going to crash into us? Do we have a chance of surviving this? Unfortunately, this would be extremely hard for a bunch of reasons. First of all, our planet killer comet has so much more mass than a tiny killer asteroid
Dude, we're-
that simply breaking it into millions of pieces would not help us that much. The chunks that hit Earth would still be massive and numerous enough to set the sky ablaze and kill most life on Earth. So we need to make most, if not all of its fragments completely miss Earth.
Well, how do
but
we
to
do
do that,
it?
we need to destroy it much further away as Mars. And to destroy a mountain,
Far
we
away.
need way more penetrators. Hundreds of thousands. And this is, well, a huge problem. To travel this far and to transport this much payload, we need at least 24,000 super heavy rockets. As of today, humanity has 2. And
Really?
they're not really finished yet. Even if all the industries in the world do nothing but switch to building rockets, we wouldn't finish in time. If we actually discovered a planet killer today, there's literally nothing we could do about it. Except, maybe.
We just gotta accept it. It was nice while it lasted. Shout out all of y'all. Shout out the world. Shout out, you know, everything for keeping us alive until here. Of course, all this happens as soon as I turn to an adult.
If we combine penetrators with a bit of Hollywood and our old friend the nuclear bomb, there is still a way. For this plan to work, we basically need to have all the parts
there
ready
hope?
beforehand. A rocket like NASA's SLS, the one planned to take astronauts to the moon, loaded up with everything we need, ready to launch. As soon as the planet killer is spotted on its way to
so
wipe us
why don't we just stack all of them and just send it out like that? Wouldn't that be, you know, wouldn't that help?
out, we launch a single rocket to meet it.
Yeah.
For 5 long months, it travels through the nothingness of space as life on Earth nervously continues. Finally, it reaches its destination a bit beyond the orbit of Mars.
Come on.
Now, we deploy 5
Yeah.
massive penetrators in sequence, one perfectly lined up 2 kilometers after the other. The engineering challenge of aligning and timing this correctly is horrendous, and we only have one attempt. So,
only
a
have
few
one.
very brave astronauts go on this one-way trip to supervise the process with no way home. Nervous hours pass as all of humanity watches the skies and screens. And then the moment comes. The icy mountain of death appears in full, and then it's already here. Slow down time again.
Please.
The comet smashes into the first penetrator at 140,000 kilometers an hour, unleashing the power of 2,000 tons of TNT. Ice, rock,
Yes,
and
come
tungsten liquefy in an instant as the energy of the impact eats itself dozens of meters deep into the mountain. Here's the second one, perfectly hitting the same spot, punching directly into the crater, smashing, melting, drilling. The third and fourth penetrators repeat the process again, now smashing a tunnel about 100 meters deep. But this time, this is just a scratch on the surface of the monster. The comet is not really damaged yet. And
Come on!
then comes the final penetrator and its toxic load. 300 megatons in nuclear warheads, 20,000 times more energy than the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. It travels deep into the tunnel, and just before it hits the end, it explodes. This time, the nuke works. Instead of hitting nothing in the vacuum, the energy of the explosion smashes into rock and gravel and ice. On top of vaporizing it from the inside, there's so much shock and push and punch that a frozen world
We did it! We stopped the asteroid! The API is calling me. Bueno?
billions of years old dies from within, turning into a cloud of millions of fragments spreading in all directions. Humanity is saved. To make this happen in reality would take unprecedented planning and precision, and yet it's possible. Not in a century with sci-fi technology, just with the rockets, engineering and knowledge we already have today.
That was an amazing, beautiful video. You know, it really impacted me. I really thought this shit was happening right now as we spoke. You guys let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed and want to see me react to more videos like this. You know, it was very interesting and I learned a lot. It got me really emotional. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. See you guys.